Hey guys, welcome to a lesson with Artsy Rose. Today we're going to be using dried up markers that don't work so great on paper, but we've learned that they still have ink in them and that ink can be repurposed. So not only can you recycle your markers, but you can reuse them before you recycle them. So I have in here just good old water. And I am going to pour just a little bit into the bottom of my cups. You can really, it's better if you can use a jar that has a lid, so that way you can seal these up whenever you're not using them and they'll last a little bit longer. The water won't evaporate into the air. So again, this is just good old tap water that I'm pouring in here. And we are going to take the caps off our markers. And one rule I have is I'd rather it have the wrong lid than no lid. So that's why some of these guys don't have the right lids on them, but that's okay. Some of them are even missing lids. So we're gonna put some raspberry in here. We're gonna put some red, good old red. And we're gonna put some orange. And then what you do is you just let them set, the longer the better. Gives it more time to drain from inside the marker down into the water. This one is bright. Oh, it's laser lemon, that's why. This one's not actually black. Again, it's the wrong lid just to keep it dry. Wrong lids are better than no lids. But again, these are all markers that don't really work that great on paper anymore. It kind of looks scratchy. And we're going to let those drain. So you want to let them drain. I mean, I say the longer the better, at least a couple of hours. But what happens is all the ink is draining from inside the marker down into the water. You let it set, maybe even overnight if you wanted to. And then tomorrow, you'll now have watercolor paints, liquid watercolors that the kids can use. So if you didn't have watercolors at home, but you do have dried out markers, keep them, drain them into a container. Remember, a container with a lid is better. And the next day, you're gonna have some great liquid watercolor paints. Now, say you don't have a lid. So at Artsy Rose, we just put them in these little solo cups. And then I have them in a kind of big Tupperware container, like a big container, and then I just stick a lid on them. So at least this way it prevents the water from evaporating into the air. So this is kind of a cool experiment to do with your kids. You can see that it's draining into this side. You give it a good little swirl and it goes all around. So it's already working on all of these containers. I mixed a light green and a dark green, and then we'll be able to do an activity with these. Now I will say, when you are painting, if you'll use a thicker paper, it's really better. So the more pounds your paper has, the better it will be for absorbing liquids such as liquid watercolor paints. So stay tuned for a future project where we'll be using these colors. But for now, I'm going to let them continue draining and then we'll do a project later with them. Thanks for tuning in. Go dig up those dried out markers that you've got all over in your room, in the living room, in the craft room or the office. Get them all together. Get them color sorted by like colors. For examples, I did light green, dark green. Get them color sorted, and then you can make your very own watercolors. I can't wait to see how yours work out for you. Have a great day.